which when I'm trying to walk, it'll give you the stem or the shock to when to put your foot down. And I have the one lucky leg that likes to float. So any water therapy I couldn't have done.
And so when you say it floats, it wants to come up off the floor, is that? So that would make it hard.
Yep.
So you started using the ICARE back in October, and you were also using electric stim with your leg.
Right, and I did the Locomat, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Started out on that.
So started on the Locomat.
Graduated from that and went to this.
And what did it take to graduate? So what was it about your skill set that allowed you to know you had graduated from the Locomat and you were ready for the ICARE?
Just being able to get the legs going again.
So it kind of helped get the legs going, and then
Getting it to the brain that they're still there, or this side's still there.
and then why not just keep going on the Locomat? Why did you transition to the ICARE?
That was Dana's idea.
Uh-huh. And so what did you notice different once you got on the ICARE? Harder, easier?
Harder. To be honest, I hated it when I first got on it. But now
Why do you say that?
well, for one, the strides were too long for me, short legs, and then we adjusted that, so that helped.
And so you've been working on it for quite a few months. Do you still hate it?
No, I love it. I look forward to it. Figure it's probably good for me, so I better keep doing it. So I can definitely see the difference.
What have
I
you
didn't
noticed?
know. I didn't know which way that answer was going to go. I have to be. So we have not met. So
No,
this is
this
could
is
have
not
gone.
staged.
I was going to say, did you guys rehearse?
Nope, nope.
Oh, that's awesome.
So did you start off using the harness initially, or
No.
so you haven't used the harness at all?
Not on this, no.
Good, good.
And so you were able to go with the harness. And do you spend some time overriding the motor, or? And so what's that like for you when she says
It's a challenge
push harder?
for me, so I just keep doing it. Say, oh, I'm green, I'm green.
Right.
She goes, you're overriding it. And I said, all right, keep going. So.
And so is that green useful for you to see that green and kind of know that you're overriding and you've gotten
Yeah.
cool?
How much of the time are you in the green now? Half?
Nah,
Less?
I wouldn't say half. Probably a fourth, maybe, if
Okay.
I'm lucky.
So, and how has that progressed? I mean, is that through the last few weeks or a few months?
Few
that
months.
You've seen that? Okay. And are you more stable too
Yeah.
from that with walking?
Right.
How does that foot drop when you're walking and holding stuff with this feel? How does this motion feel comparatively speaking?
Better.
Good. Awesome. Do you use the hands as well, or
No.
just? Okay.
Some of these folks have literally they came up from Central and South America, and their planes didn't quite make it in, so they had to drive down from Chicago. So you're their first explanation of the ICARE. So if you had to fill in the sentence, the ICARE
Proves you can.
the ICARE proves you can. The things I love about the ICARE are
It makes you work.
makes you work,
Pushes you.
pushes you. The things I less than love about the ICARE.
Not so positive.
There's a pause. Perfect.
She won't leave me alone.
I like that answer.
Yeah.
I like it. I
That's
love
perfect.
it. That's great.
So you're overriding the motor. You're not using the body weight support. Are you going faster? Do you train at a faster speed compared to the old days?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. So there are basically about 4 different ways you can create challenge for a person as they're training on the device. One of them is through the level of body weight support. So the less body weight support you provide, the harder it is for them, much like partial body weight support treadmill training. Now, Catherine started out with no body weight support, so not really a parameter we can manipulate, but that lowering body weight support is a way to challenge. Another way we can add challenge is by speed. So the faster the training speed, the higher the demand on the muscles. And so Catherine is now going faster than she had gone when she started on this. So that's a way a clinician can manipulate, add more challenge as the person gets stronger, much like walking slow versus walking fast. A third way you can increase challenge is by increasing step length. As you take a longer step, it places a greater demand on, when we walk, it places a greater demand on the gluteal muscles. Similarly, you'd anticipate you would increase step length on the ICARE, increase demand on some of the extensor muscles. fourth way you can increase demand is by overriding the motor. So in the ICARE assisted mode, the motor is assisting her legs to go around in a cyclical movement. But at any point, she can smoothly just go 1 revolution per minute faster, and the motor will disengage. So that's the fourth way.
Plus, it also gives you the option to watch when you shift your weight over to the left when you're stepping too. So that kind of gets back up to the brain that you need to shift when you're walking.
All right.
Let's ask, like, when you first started, how long were you doing it compared to how long you're doing it now?
I don't know, but I couldn't get off of it soon enough when I first started.
So literally minutes,
Yeah.
and now you're on it for maybe.
I think I'm up to 9 minutes.
And so do you do 9 minutes and then take a rest, or 9 minutes with rests in it, or?
I think we got to the point where we were at 8 minutes and then rest.
Good for you. Good for you. So if you think about 8 minutes, if you're going faster and you can go for 8 minutes, that allows you to start to get around. What are you able to do in your real world life now that maybe it was hard for you to do before you started on the ICARE?
I can walk in my house now. I was just telling Dana yesterday, my house is not that big, I said, but I walked for 40 minutes. I walked from the living room back to the bedroom, came back to the living room, walked around the kitchen, did laps in the kitchen, walked back to the bedroom, came back out to the living room, and walked back again.
Whoa. Good for
Do you have a pedometer on your? You should do that so you can see what you're doing.
I need to get another one.
Yeah, certainly.
Good for you.
I am determined to get out of that stupid chair, so
Awesome.
that's my
I really
goal.
do. That's a great goal.
So what's your goal on the ICARE? What would you like to be? What's your next goal for next session you come in, or a month from now? What would you like to be able to do on the ICARE?
Go longer each time.
Uh-huh.
Override more.
Yeah.
Increase that speed and step.
See more green.
Yeah.
More green. Green is good.
Green is good. Green is go.
I like it. I like it. Any other questions?
Thank you.
You bet.
Very much.
Catherine, thank you so much
Well
for
done.
coming in.
Thank you.